people think that Mario games are far too easy. Well, that may be true, however, that does not stop Nintendo from including some really difficult levels. And today I'm going to be focusing on those really hard levels. I'm going to be ranking the top 10 hardest Mario levels from 2D and 3D. Now before I start, I'm only counting the levels in the main game. So the DLC packs from New Super Mario Bros. 2 or the challenge mode in New Super Mario Bros. U and other similar stuff like that will not count. Only the levels that you play in the main game will count. That does include the special worlds such as World Star or World 9 as well. They do count, however the DLC packs will not. So if you're happy with that, let's get going. Let's start off this list with Super Mario Bros. 3. This is World 8 Tank Level 2. This level consists of a battalion of tanks rushing towards you, firing projectiles at you from top to bottom. Also, bob-ombs will come out of the cannons and attempt to blow you up, as well as rocky wrenches throwing spanners at you. At the end of the level, you'll fight Boom Boom. So this level is an auto-scroller, so you must be on the move throughout the entire level, and there are no power-ups or one-up mushrooms, so yeah, you're pretty much on your own with this level. Thankfully, the projectiles do move quite slowly and you can also jump on them, so it's not too difficult to avoid them, but still, overall, this is still a hard level. Honestly, this level isn't actually too bad. You'll start off by dodging some Hammer Bros, then you'll be jumping on some very small platforms when you'll fight Boom Boom and Pom Pom at the same time. Then you'll be avoiding fuzzies, some bob-ombs and some fire bars. And at the end there'll be a cosmic clone section that will chase you down. So yeah, it's a hard level, but if you have a Tanuki suit then this level isn't really that bad, and also you can just use a Tanuki suit in your inventory as well. And compared to other picks, trust me, this level will seem like a piece of cake. Now, let's look at 3D Land's younger brother, Super Mario 3D World. Champions Road is its hardest level. You'll start by dodging Fire Bros and charging Chucks, then you'll traverse around some blinking blocks which change quite quickly, so you need to be on your toes for that. Next, you will find yourselves dodging some fuzzies, then you'll be wall jumping along some spiked ant troopers and creeping piranha plants, then you'll be on the water. Then finally, you'll be dashing away on the dash panels. Wow, a lot happens in this level, and it's very long, but it is bearable. And if you play as Luigi or Rosalina or Peach, then this level will be so much easier due to their jumping advantage, since Luigi can jump higher, Rosalina has that extra spin jump, and Peach can float in the air for a little bit. But if you play as Mario, and especially Toad, since Toad has the lowest jump in the game, then boy, you'll struggle a lot with this level. It's a hard, long level, but with a bit of practice, and patience, and the right characters, it's beatable. Man, this level is irritatingly hard. For starters, the whole stage is covered in ice, and no one likes ice physics in video games, but it gets worse. This isn't any old ordinary ice. This ice melts if a fireball touches on it, and sometimes it will lead you to take damage to the munches that are underneath the ice, or you just fall down a bottomless pit. But these fireballs are everywhere in this level, so you need to always be alert. And it gets worse, it gets worse. It's not just the fireballs from the piranha plants or the fire bros that melt the ice. If you grab a fire flower and shoots fireballs from using that power up, then that too can melt the ice as well. So it's not just the enemy's fireballs that melt the ice, it's your own fireballs as well. So this level forces you to use your power-ups efficiently. Yeah, this level is gonna shred your life counter. The final level of the infamous Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels will take the number 6 place. World D-4. You start by dodging some big fire bars, then you'll dodge some red paratroopers, piranha plants and some Cheep Cheeps. When you go through the pipes into the sub-area, you'll be greeted by some Hammer Bros, more piranha plants, and the wind makes it harder to control Mario's movement since it will always push Mario to the right of the screen, even if you're not touching the controller to make Mario move. When you reach the end of the sub-area, you have to make a blind jump into a warp pipe back into the main area. When you go back into the pipe, you'll see Bowser. Yes, Bowser. But it's not as a boss, but just as a normal enemy, which is weird to say the least. You'll dodge some more enemies before fighting the actual boss Bowser, which is actually just a Spiny in disguise, but you know. This level has a lot to do, and it forces you to make a lot of difficult and blind jumps and dodge a lot of enemies, which is easier said than done. Overall, it's very difficult to deal with, but it isn't the hardest level in this list. For goodness sake, it's not even the hardest level in the game, trust me, I'll get to that one later. We'll talk more about Super Mario Bros. The Lost Level soon. Wow, this is a very long level. On the darker side of the moon, the hardest level in Super Mario Odyssey will await you. This level puts your platforming and parkour skills to the test in a long, checkpointless final level. There will be some parts of the level where you must move quickly, and you need to be sharp and precise with your movesets and your jumps. I particularly love how the level uses most of the captures and other assets from previous kingdoms and put them all together. There's even a section where you get to play in an 8-bit section, and you get to capture Yoshi, and a section where you get to capture Bowser, which is epic. And I love the bit at the end where Mario climbs up the tower and Cappy reflects on the time you had together. It's a really powerful moment. This level is quite a hard level since it's the final level in the game, but there are lots of health hearts in the level to aid you, and since the punishment for dying in Super Mario Odyssey is very light, I mean you just lose 10 coins and that's it, it isn't really as hard as some of the other levels in this list, since there are lots of things holding your hand as you go, but overall, it's still quite a tough level. Honestly, all the levels in the special world of Super Mario World are painfully difficult, but Tubular in particular, my word, that level is the definition of irritating. This level's focus is on the P-Balloon power-up, which I don't really like using the P-Balloon to begin with. There are multiple projectiles that can pop you whilst you're using the P-Balloon, such as charging chucks, throwing baseballs and rugby balls, and piranha plants spitting out spike balls, and you've got to move fast because you've only got a limited amount of time with the P-Balloon before Mario deflates. So you need to grab another P-Balloon to refill on air quite quickly. Apparently the word tubular is an old word to describe something as wonderful or amazing. Wow, that's funny, that must be a typo because this level is far from being wonderful and amazing. Man, let's talk about World 8-Airship from Super Mario Bros. 3. This is definitely the hardest, scariest, and the most nerve-wracking level in Super Mario Bros. 3. World 8-Airship is a very fast auto-scrolling level, which consists of small airship platforms for Mario to use as ground, each one having at least one rocky wrench throwing spanners at you. Because this level is in the final world of the game, the atmosphere is very dark and scary, which adds to the nerves and to the adrenaline rush that you feel when you play in this level. However, if you have a Tanuki suit or a raccoon suit whilst playing this level, then it's not too bad. But if you don't, boy, you'll struggle a lot. Even with the raccoon or Tanuki suit, you'll still struggle due to the small platforms that Mario can land on. Miss a platform and it's instant death. Because this level scrolls much faster than normal auto-scrolling levels, you must move even quicker in this level than usual, and it leaves you very little room for thinking. After all that, you must fight Boom Boom at the end of the level. Oh, and can I just mention that there are no power-ups or no one-up mushrooms throughout this entire level? So if you enter it as small Mario, boy, you're on your own. This level may not look so difficult just by watching the gameplay, but trust me, when you actually play this level, the pressure will soon get to you. Oh, this level is horrid. For starters, there's a constant wind blowing in this level. You thought World D4 was bad with its wind. My word, it's no match for World C-3. So you have way more forward momentum than you need due to the wind. This level is pretty much 99% blind jumps. Wow, great level design, Nintendo. I thought I was playing a Super Mario Maker level for a moment. This level also has a Lakitu, fire bars, piranha plants and paratroopers to avoid as well. Honestly, this level isn't even the fun type of hard, it's just straight up irritating. But boy, if you think this level's hard, number one pick. And that's just something else. That's right, the number one hardest level in the entire Super Mario Bros. Franchise is World 1-1 from the original Super Mario Bros. Like my word, this level, I know it may look easy because it's the first level, but it is pretty hard. For starters, almost everybody always dies to the first Goomba because they think it's just such an easy obstacle that actually, you know what, I'm just kidding, this is actually the #1 pick. The real hardest level in the Super Mario Bros. Series is the perfect run from Super Mario Galaxy 2. You'll start off by swinging from flower to flower with the aid of Yoshi whilst dodging spike mines and heat-seeking bullet bills. Then you need to turn on all the switches whilst avoiding lots of lasers. Then go through an electric maze as Cloud Mario. Then run across shrinking platforms and avoid even more lasers. Dodge even more lasers. Then go through a pool-style maze whilst dodging Power Goombas, spike mines and even more lasers. Then you'll go through an army of Hammer Bros and Boomerang Bros before finally finishing the level. Oh, and did I forget to say that you have to do all of this without taking damage whatsoever? There is no checkpoints throughout the entire level, so if you're nearly at the end and the pressure gets you and you accidentally get hit by a silly old Hammer Bro, it's back to the beginning you go. This level is so harsh and so unforgiving, and the pressure will definitely get to you in this level. Especially since you can't even take a single piece of damage. Not one hit. Not one hit. If a single thing hits you, back to the beginning you go. And that fact is always on your mind throughout this entire level, especially towards the end, which adds even more pressure to this nerve-wrack of a level. At least all the other levels in this list, you can take some damage before it's game over, whereas this level, you must be perfect, hence the name, The Perfect Run. This level is so harsh, so difficult, and without a doubt, the hardest Mario level Nintendo has ever created. And that's the video. Whew, there was some pretty hard levels on that list, I'm telling you that now. So what do you think? Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you all next week. Thank you all for watching.